Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is Jason from Dropshipping University coming back at you with a brand new episode. In today's episode, I'm going to be addressing a question that's come up on a lot of lives, and people are just really curious about this, whether or not they've had their Amazon account suspended. And this is going to be talking about an Amazon stealth account. Now, I have to say, from a disclaimer standpoint, I am only speaking about the past events that I have done, that I have conducted. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. While it's not illegal in the United States to do this, it is frowned upon by the platforms and is definitely against their terms of service. So, only take what I have to say and what I have to show with a grain of salt. I am by no means an expert when it comes to setting up stealth accounts. I'm just going to tell you what I've done and how I've been running my own Amazon stealth account since July of 2019 and why I've had no issues whatsoever. So make sure to stay to the end. I'm going to show you stepwise exactly what I've done, all of the materials that you're going to need, about the amount of money that you should be putting aside to budget for this project. And if you haven't gotten your account suspended on Amazon yet, I would highly caution from doing this, because I know a lot of people want to start secondary and tertiary Amazon accounts to sell the same products across multiple Amazon accounts, but I would say do not do that. This is high risk, and this is only really if you have gotten your account suspended and you cannot get your appeals to be reinstated on Amazon's platform. So only do this if this is something that really makes sense for you and your business. And again, I do not advocate that everybody should do this. This is only if you have the materials necessary and you are willing to take the inherent risk of starting an Amazon stealth account. So guys, I appreciate all the support that I've been given recently. We're going to hit 3,000 subscribers on this channel very soon. So make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that little bell notification so that every single time I put out videos just like this, you will be notified. Also, down in the description below is a link to my brand new Instagram profile. Go give that a follow. I put a ton of dropshipping tips and a lot of motivational stuff on there that you are not going to find anywhere else. It's completely exclusive to Instagram, so make sure to follow that. So without further ado, let's get into my presentation. I'm going to show you all of the setup materials and the things that you're going to be needing to do to start your own Amazon stealth account. All right, guys, so here we are inside of my computer. And before I get into this, make sure to subscribe to this channel, because nobody else is really putting out this kind of stuff. And obviously I understand why. It's kind of high risk and it's kind of one of those things that's in the gray. So I understand why a lot of people haven't, but make sure to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. If you have any questions or comments as I'm going through this, make sure to ask them down below, because I do answer all of the questions myself. All right, so first things first, what are you going to need from your quote unquote partner? And the reason that I put partner in here is because it doesn't really make sense to try to steal somebody's identity, guys. You're going to want to use somebody else's identity that's closely related to you, whether it's a friend, a family member, your girlfriend, whatever it may be. That is who you want to go to. You want somebody that you can trust and something that you're not going to be doing illegal, because I understand that there are ways of going on to the deep web and getting people's identification and their license and all that. We're not going to go down that route. There's no need to, because I'm sure in your local network, friend, family member, something like that, you can find somebody who will be willing to go in on this. And if they're not willing to let you do it without some type of monetary incentive, that's fine. Tell them that once you get the ball moving with your Amazon account, give them a % kickback, or they get a certain percentage equity just by them allowing you to use their identity. Okay, so that's what I mean by partner. In my case, I used my girlfriend and it worked out great. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to acquire that driver's license. So again, if they're immediately related to you, this is going to be easy. If you are only kind of acquaintances with them, it's going to be much more difficult. You're going to need a driver's license, a photocopy of that driver's license. Second thing you're going to need is a new registered business. So in that person's name, you're going to want to register a brand new business. It can be a sole proprietorship, but I always say to start off with an LLC. Again, it's just a preference thing. So you're going to want to get registered with a brand new business. The third thing you're going to need is a new business address not attached to your old one. And the reason being you don't want to attach to your old one for your suspended account is there's potential for cross-linking of Amazon's database saying, hey, this address has been used on a suspended account in the past. That is kind of a red flag for them to then suspend that new account as well. So you're going to want a new business address in their name. I always use registered agents, and registered agents in Wyoming have been the cheapest and best option for me. So you guys can look into that. The fourth thing is a new EIN for that business name, and you're not going to have to spend any money for an EIN. That is designated to you from the IRS. You can go right to the IRS's website and just put in EIN, and you're going to see something called an SS4, and that SS4 form is going to need to be filled out. It takes about 2 minutes. Just put in your business information and they will give you an EIN. EIN number stands for an employer identification number, and that's just the IRS's way of keeping track of you as a business owner, making sure that you are remitting your due taxes at the end of the year. The fifth thing you're going to need is a new business bank account, and this is very easy to do. I did mine through Chase. JP Morgan Chase is really good with their business clients, and you're going to want to set that up in your partner's name. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go on to here is the materials that you're going to need. And guys, it will cost money. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and you can do it for cheaper. I did it for a little more expensive because I got a brand new laptop. I needed a brand new laptop anyway, so I got a new laptop, and I got something that wasn't a piece of junk because I wanted it to potentially be there for if I travel and stuff like that. So what materials are you going to need? You're going to need to get the Amazon Ghost Book, and I have no endorsement or affiliate relationship with them, but they are the number one and the only real player in the game when it comes to instructionally setting up your Amazon Stealth account. And this is what their landing page looks like. This is their website. It's called amazonghost.com by a company called Aspkin, Aspkin. It's kind of a weird name, but this is what it looks like. And you might say, hey, it kind of looks weird, like a weird landing page and a little spammy and outdated or whatever. And I completely get that. That's exactly how I felt, but they are completely on board. They are not sketchy or scammy. They don't do anything like that. And they also have a forum that people are always talking about new ideas and questions, so you can join their forum. It should only be like $15 or $20 for this. It's really not expensive. It might honestly be a little bit more than that, but one of the things that they try to do is get you to sign up for a subscription, and that subscription gives you, special features every single month or whatever, and that's all add-ons. That's all fluff. You don't need any of that. So what I did personally is I bought the book. I read the book in like 2 days. It's about 56 pages. It's very technical, honestly. And once you digest all that information and you get your Amazon account set up, just cancel that subscription because you don't want to be getting hit with that month over month. And you might also see some copyright dates at 2011. I want to say this was first written, and a lot of this information is still great information. It is not outdated in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do here is get a static dedicated VPN, and this is all discussed in this book. I really suggest you guys to read this book before doing any of this. A static dedicated VPN, and that's where IP Burger comes into play. They're very affordable. And what is a static dedicated VPN? What that means is, a lot of VPNs or virtual private network, you share the network with many other people, and you kind of randomly get thrown onto these networks, and that network could be completely tarnished. Like if there's 1,000 other people on that at the same time, and Amazon has already deemed that to be a bad network, then you're potentially risking your new account. So you want a dedicated, meaning it's your space only. That's your dedicated VPN with your own IP address, and it's going to be fresh, meaning it's never been used before. And unfortunately, a lot of these VPN services do not do this, and it's very difficult to find a company like IP Burger that's number one, affordable, plus you get a dedicated fresh VPN. So right here you can see it's right now $8.08 per month, kind of a weird number, but that's what it is, and that's what I have. I've had no issues with IP Burger. I love them so much. They're very easy to set up. They also have great instructional tutorials to get you from buying it all the way to the setup process. So number three after that is you're going to need a dedicated stealth clean computer, okay? And I put clean in parentheses because you're going to want to be buying this at like Best Buy or an electronic shop, something that's new in the box. You don't want to be getting something that's used and potentially dirty. Basically, that computer could have been used for Amazon dropshipping or selling on Amazon in the past. We don't want that to be a thing. We want to avoid any computers that have been used in the past. And in my case, I bought this brand new HP over the summer of 2019. It's got Windows 10, and I have 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it's 64-bit operating system, all this stuff. Again, I needed a new computer anyway, so you guys can kind of cheap out if you want to. Right here, I just go on to bestbuy.com, and there's some that are in the 200, 250, 300 ballpark range. You guys could certainly do that. You just want to make sure that the RAM is, up to snuff, and that's why I went with 8 gigabytes, because if you're going to be running a VPN through the stealth computer, you want to make sure that it can handle the workload of running a VPN. Okay, that's really important, because if you're running a VPN, it puts a lot of workload on that computer, and that could slow it down, bog it down. If you're running a business from your computer, you want to make sure that you're able to do that. Okay, so moving on, we're going to have a clean MAC address. A clean MAC address is going to be your router, your modem. There's something called there's like a hard-coded address into your MAC address. Okay, in that actual hardware, it's hard-coded into there. And this is what I read about in the book. It's very technical. I don't have an IT background, but my understanding was, after reading that you need to go through the setup process on a clean MAC address. And that's what I did. I went to my buddy's house. I set up, he never had an Amazon account before, and I set all of the VPN stuff up, and I did all of the entire setup process at his place. No issues whatsoever. Okay, now moving on, we're going to need a VPN check installation with a kill switch enabled. It sounds kind of complicated or whatever. All that means is, and this is also explained to you guys in depth in help articles on IP Burger. Okay, so VPN check installation is kind of this widget. It's an add-on that you will download onto your stealth computer, and the kill switch enabled is an option that will make sure that if your IP ever gets leaked, let's say that your IP gets leaked in the situation where your internet goes down, or the server space where your internet goes down temporarily, that does happen, then the kill switch enables, meaning that it completely closes out of your browser and your IP will not be leaked. Your true IP will not be leaked to Amazon. And that's really important, because if it does get leaked to Amazon, you run the potential of having a cross link back to your old account. Okay, and the last thing you're going to want is SOFTETHER VPN Client Manager. And again, that's just kind of a widget, an add-on onto your stealth computer to make sure that when you're actually going into your Chrome browser or whatever browser you choose to use, that you are on your VPN, that you have that IP checks out to where that dedicated IP is, not your home address. So that's what you're going to need. You're going to need all of those things. But also, guys, you're going to need a new phone number, right? That's what we talked about earlier. You're going to need a brand new phone number, and that phone number you can just get a very, very cheap $20. This is the exact one that I got on Walmart. It's $19.99. It's a track phone, basically TCL LX prepaid smartphone, and $20. That's all it costs. No issues with it whatsoever. And you're also going to need some minutes. You can get track phone minutes for very, very cheap. I think they usually go for 90 days, so you'll just auto renew every 90 days, and that will give you a phone number, but it'll also give you a spot in case Amazon texts you, which they will, one-time passcodes. And if they ever call you, that number is a real number, and they can verify who you are. Now, I do understand, and this is May of 2020 that I'm recording this right now, that Amazon is kind of in a beta program where they're doing something similar to Upwork, where they are doing an extra layer of verification when you start a brand new Amazon seller account. And in that situation, what they might do, and this hasn't really come to fruition yet to my knowledge, is before you actually get accepted to sell on Amazon, they might ask for an interview with you just to see that you are who you say you are. So if I was to take on the impression of my girlfriend and I went on to that verification call with an Amazon rep, that would definitely disqualify the account and they would flag it and completely suspend it. So what you would need is that partner of yours to go on and just say, hey, how's it going? This is my name. Yep. That information that I gave you does check out. Here's, my license, whatever. They'll probably ask for a few things like that. So that's really important why you want somebody close in your network and not somebody that you can't trust. Okay. That's really important. Okay, guys. So there you have it. That is how I started and operated my own Amazon Stealth account. Again, this is only from my own experiences. I am by no means an expert. So if you take the risk on of starting a Stealth account because your Amazon account has been suspended, that is on you. That is not me. I am just telling you what I have done in the past. And again, that is completely against Amazon's terms of service. So tread lightly. Again, you're going to want to get that Amazon Ghost book, that Amazon Stealth book. You definitely should read it. It's long, it's technical, but I can guarantee you, you are going to get so much out of it. And it's so much better explained than anything that I could do because I do not have an IT background, but I also don't have 56 pages worth of things to say about starting an Amazon Stealth account. So read that book. Make sure to get IP Burger for your VPN solution and make sure that you spend the time and the little bit of money to get a new computer and to get a burner phone essentially so that you're not going to be cross-linked. Now, this might seem like a stretch, like this is overkill in some ways, and maybe it is, and that's kind of the impression that I got from reading the book, but it's really important because if you don't do this, you are putting your account at risk. I've been doing this stealth stuff on Amazon since July of 2019. No issues, no hiccups, none whatsoever. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and be sure to hit the bell notification because that's the only way you will get notified every single time I put out content just like this. There's really nobody else putting out videos like this, so make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you have any comments or questions, ask them down below. I answer all of those questions myself. No question is a dumb question. And last but not least, there is a link down in the description below. Check that link out. That'll take you over to my Instagram profile. It's a brand new profile. I put a lot of drop shipping tips and tricks and motivation every single day, completely exclusive content. Give that a follow. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.